Madridistas, it felt like we watched two completely different matches in one night. First, pure fireworks, when Arda, Güler and Kylian Mbappé tore the pitch apart. Then, pure survival, when after Dean Huijsen's red card our team was left with 10 men and didn't break. And that's where I want to say thank you Xabi Alonso, because even in pure chaos he keeps everything under control. He surprised everyone with the starting lineup. No Federico Valverde, but Dani Carvajal started, and it worked. From the first minutes, the team looked like predators. Instant pressing, sharp vertical attacks, total control. Real Sociedad looked lost. No structure, no ideas. Not even Takefusa Kubo showed up on the pitch, which was strange for a Sergio Francisco team. But everything changed after that red card. Xabi immediately switched to a 1-4-4-1. Dropped Aurélien Tchouaméni into central defense, tasked Valverde with marking Bryce Barrenechea, and the team locked down like a fortress. Yes, there were gaps on the left flank. Vinicius Jr. couldn't cover it alone. But Éder Militão became a true commander. He cemented everything that could be cemented. And when there was no energy left, Xabi threw on Fran Garcia, Raul Asensio, and later David Alaba to finish the match in survival mode. And we held on, we built a wall, then the climax. A run between the center back and the full back like a knife through butter. A pass from Güler, an explosion from Mbappé, 0-2, with 10 men with no energy but with character. This is the real Real Madrid. Thank you, Xabi. I've had the chance to work with coaches who helped me develop. Xabi Alonso is a top coach. So far everything's going great and I hope it stays this way. Things are working perfectly with Xabi. Hopefully we'll win many trophies. Because we are Real Madrid, said Tchouaméni. And that perfectly sums up what's happening in this team right now. And speaking of Xabi's rebuild, remember, you can follow all of it on Real Live. And in the app, Live Match Center, XG and heat maps, player quotes, training camp insights, and the most exciting part, how Real is step-by-step building a championship team. Plus instant alerts, goals, VAR, injuries, transfers. Download Real Live, link in the description and pinned comment, and let's continue. Madridistas, I honestly don't know how we keep surviving this. When in every match we get drowned by refereeing decisions worthy of a Netflix horror series, you simply can't help but admire Xabi Alonso's team. They keep going, they fight, and despite everything, they rise. 4 wins in 4 games now. But did you see what happened at Anoeta? Jesus Gil Manzano sent off Dean Huijsen with a straight red for an episode any school kid would call a simple yellow. Just a yellow. And VAR? Where was it? Jorge Figueroa Vasquez just swallowed this madness.
Oh, no, I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen nothing. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye and 43% blind in my right eye. I don't see much of nothing. Matter of fact, I can't even see you, sir.
And then he also disallowed a clean Güler goal by inventing an offside on Mbappé. This is becoming a pattern. Xabi stood on the sideline in disbelief, just like all of us. The club is now preparing an official dossier to file with FIFA, because this isn't coincidence anymore. This is a system. And considering how the Negreira case is still unresolved, it's only logical the club finally said, enough. And the saddest part, because of this refereeing circus, I couldn't even start with the main point. Kylian is simply out of this world right now. He's at his peak again, sharpening every superpower and looking like the same Mbappé who won the 2018 FIFA World Cup with France national football team. At Anoeta, he destroyed Aritz Lustondo, a lightning run, a hammer strike, 0-1. And that moment when he danced on the goal line like Emilio Butragueño to assist Güler, pure art. And yes, that was already when we were down to 10 men, and how lucky we are to have Militão. After Antonio Rudiger's injury and Huijsen's red, he took the entire defense on his shoulders. A stone wall. We only conceded a penalty after a Carvajal foul and nothing else. And this is why I love this club. We never argue with correct decisions, but we'll never stay silent when they try to bury us. From those 2 CD Tenerife leagues in 1992 to 1993 to today, 3 decades later, and we're still standing. We are Real Madrid, 12 out of 12, top of the table. Xabi Alonso's team is flying, and all Madridistas are in ecstasy. This leadership is not just about points, but it's about people who live for this club. And of course, we have to talk about Dean Huijsen. A few days ago during the FIFA break, Lionel Scaloni said something about Franco Mastantuono that stuck in my mind, like a croissant and coffee. He'd play even better if the team knew how good he really is. Sounds like something out of Jorge Luis Borges, right? Argentinians are marketing geniuses. Say so little, make you think for half a day. With Huijsen, it's the opposite, and he'd play even better if he didn't know how good he is. Huijsen instantly became a fan favorite, and everyone already sees him as a future great Real Madrid centre-back. But sometimes his self-confidence is as big as his talent. Like in Top Gun, his ego writes checks his body can't always cash. At Anoeta, he got too relaxed and complicated a match we were completely controlling thanks to the wild Mbappé and Güler. Red card, probably not, referee mistake, most likely yes, but also Huijsen's mistake, and he created danger where there was none and didn't even try to challenge Mikel Oyarzabal's run. Sometimes he's so confident he just switches off, like he's bored of being this good. He plays so effortlessly that it feels like he can erase any mistake, and like a 1.95 meter tall Tipex. Raphael Varane was once the same, the 20-year-old who even pushed Pepe aside, as Jose Mourinho said. But over time, Varane turned that coldness into real authority and leadership, and that's Huijsen's next step, and Xabi's task too. Teach him to tame his self-confidence before it betrays him. Because for a centre-back, nothing is more dangerous than being too good, and knowing it. This match against Real Sociedad gave us so much more than just 3 points. Yes, Mbappé delivered another show, but the real strength of Xabi Alonso's team was shown in how we survived with 10 men for over an hour after Huijsen's red. Xabi saw no red there, and neither did we, but he didn't break. He regrouped the team, stacked 8 defensive players, and weathered the storm. Winning at Anoeta is always hard, and today it was even harder, he said after the match. It was a real coaching test, and Xabi came out stronger. Some didn't like being subbed. Even Vinicius looked confused when leaving the pitch. But Xabi has a rule: if you don't press, if you don't work for the team, you don't play. That's what makes us a team, not just a collection of stars. He didn't shout at the press conference, didn't blame the world, and even when VAR just vanished, he spoke calmly, but his anger was felt from the sideline. This was the real Real, disciplined, full of character, with a cold head and a hot heart. The most touching moment was when Xabi hugged his first coach, John Benjamin Toshek, during a ceremony honoring him with a diamond-studded golden badge. Xabi even asked to be questioned in Basque, and at that moment all of San Sebastian applauded him standing. He was the only one from Real Madrid applauded during the lineup announcement. Even his father Perico Alonso, a Real Sociedad fan, passionately supported the hosts, but that night his son won. And that's the magic. A stadium that lived on European nights has now seen a new Real, a team that wins not just with beauty but with character. 8 defenders, total commitment, and no untouchable stars. With Xabi, everyone is equal, and step by step he's earning the most important thing: respect. Madridistas, if you're proud of this team, smash the like button. Tell me in the comments, who was your man of the match and what did you think of the refereeing at Anoeta? Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. The UEFA Champions League is ahead with big breakdowns and even bigger emotions. Share this video with a fellow Madridista, let them see why we're on top. And don't forget, Real Live, link in description and pinned comment. Hala Madrid.